Yo,
All right,
welcome to the Talking Heads Club. I'm
back
Jake
here.
Funk here in the
This is
digital
Michael
realm.
Drury, the
As
digital
as it
realm.
is, we keep talking over each other because that's what happens in the digital realm. Information's moving too quick. You can't stop us. We're just on another level. We're finishing each other's.
Sentences.
Oh my gosh! See, that was so crazy.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, you're here, Talking Heads Club, with Jake, Michael, and John. Guess which one doesn't have their webcam on? All right,
It's John.
it's John. I wonder
Yeah,
what you guessed. Did you get it right?
John, why don't you have your webcam on? How about you
I don't
elaborate on
have a
your
webcam.
why? But why don't you have a
Yeah,
webcam
John
on,
doesn't.
John?
John's scared.
I'm on my desktop right now. My monitor just doesn't have a webcam, but I also don't like webcams because I don't like the idea of being watched.
Yeah.
So is there any is there really truth to that though? I just don't feel like
Yes,
there's
there is
actually people
complete.
out there watching
There's
me.
definitely truth behind.
But to be fair, John, you got a phone in your pocket, bro. You think they're not watching you through
Yeah.
your phone?
Oh, I mean, they're watching me through my phone, but like,
You can't
I'm not
stop
doing
that.
that shit on my phone.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. You're just worried about the PC. The PC, the personal computer, is where you draw
More
the
about my
line.
laptop because I don't do that shit on my desktop either because I'm not trying to get a virus. But,
Yeah, I definitely use my phone.
I
But
did
like
use
all
my
they
phone.
would see would be my
Wait, what are we
head,
talking
you
about?
know?
We haven't addressed what we're talking about. So I think you guys are referencing I don't know what you guys are referencing. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Some dirty
Oh,
shit.
you don't you don't know what
I
we're
don't know
talking
what you
about,
guys are
Jake?
talking about, dude.
Self-stimulation, bro.
What? What? That's weird, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking. That's real weird. We just got demonetized within the first 2 minutes of the
If dude,
podcast.
I mean, we'll go back to Caller Daddy. If Caller Daddy's not demonetized, bro, we can't get demonetized for talking about something that everybody on
Caller
the
Daddy
place,
is probably
everybody
demonetized.
does.
Caller Daddy is probably demonetized. They probably just have sponsors for the podcast.
Do you feel guilty, son? I've noticed your behavior's been changing recently, and I just feel like do you have anything to confess to us? Like, have you been watching porn, son?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I have. I have been watching porn.
Oh,
For
my
those who
God.
don't know, Michael's brother. This all actually happened with Michael's brother.
I witnessed that whole
At
conversation,
the
word for word.
dinner
Happened.
table. At the dinner
No,
table.
it wasn't. We were in the basement. We were doing something in the
Oh,
basement.
you
I
guys
can't
were
remember
just
what
hanging
we
in
got.
the
No,
basement.
I always imagined it being like Michael Bryan comes downstairs, pours himself a bowl of cereal, and then like Lyle and Joseph are just talking, and then as Michael Bryan takes his first bite, that this starts happening, and Michael's like just picks up his cereal and walks away. But
Well,
yeah, apparently it was in the basement.
yeah, I was in the basement. I mean, I did. That happened. I think I was in the other room of the like you know how there's like two halves, and before it
Yeah.
was finished, like you could like pretty
could
much just
walk
walk.
through it,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
there wasn't really two halves, but there was. And I heard this from the other half, and I immediately evacuated, very quickly evacuated. And I didn't see Joseph for a couple hours. the man was
Broken.
getting talked to.
He was
Yeah,
broken.
he was a broken man.
Wow, that's happens to the best of us. Don't we all break down to our parents over our masturbation?
Yeah, dude. Really weighs on my soul.
We all went through that one, didn't we? Yeah. Anyways,
Dude.
what?
I was just gonna say the cat that Sierra has, Oscar, he literally plays fetch.
Yeah, some cats
Like
do
he's
that.
got
Some
this
cats
little,
are really good with
he's
that.
got this scrunchie, and he's obsessed with it though. Like he'll bring it and drop it like right next to you, and then just look at you like, what the like get to working. Like we were making food yesterday, and he climbed up on the counter and like dropped it like onto like it wasn't the food, but it was like the cutting board, and we are like, oh, okay,
See, that's
okay,
where I
Oscar.
draw the line, though. That's why I like dogs, because dogs aren't gonna, unless they're like fucking a super dog or something, they're not gonna jump all the way on the counter and try to play.
Oh
fetch.
yeah, well then 10 minutes after that, we had all the burgers laid out on the counter, and Oscar decided that it was time for him to jump on top of the cabinets and use the burgers as a launch pad. So
That's-
we lost a burger because of
yeah,
that. Man.
I will
that's
say-
a untrained cat right there. You need to train that cat.
That's a good cat. What were you saying, John?
Some dogs are like counter surfers. Like they will. I mean,
Kona's
like
counter
Emma's dogs would literally, if I left some food on the counter, like Vinny would literally, immediately. Like if you weren't looking at it, he would get it, and it
See-
happened all the time.
I mean that
That shit pisses me off.
Oh yeah, that shit. Like that is why I don't really want. Because I mean, like my cats at least. I mean, my cats are annoying. Don't get me wrong, but like they at least don't really get in my food that much. They get in my water and other shit, but like not my food.
Yeah.
And water, I'm not that worried about. I mean, it's just water. But like, I mean, one time I think I literally brought over to like Emma's like some food I literally bought and brought over there. Like it was like Wendy's, and Vinny literally ate my entire burger. Like,
Oh, I'd be so mad. I would be furious.
I'd be
Oh,
pretty
man.
pissed off. No, I mean my dogs are kind of counter surfers, but they're not. They won't. One, our counters are too high to where they can't actually steal it.
oh, and your dogs are too small.
Well,
maybe
Lacey
Kona.
is. Kona is not too.
Yeah.
small.
Kona's a
Kona, if she
big
really
bitch.
wanted to, she could jump up there, put her paws up there. She's not gonna do that though.
She's
That
a
would be
beefy
too
bitch.
hard on her knees. Far too
Jake, I
hard on her.
honestly forgot that you only had 2 dogs now.
Yeah. Rip Sam, for one thing. But also, I mean, I felt bad for him. For those watching, I had a Pomeranian from like when I was like 6, so like 2006, to
2005.
2000. What?
You're 6 in 2005.
Yeah, I was like 6, half of 2005,
Oh,
and
okay.
half of
So
2006.
okay. I mean, yeah.
But it could have been 2005 too. It was one of those. Whatever. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. But he was getting old, and by like it was like 2018, 2019. It was like, he was like by the end of his life, he was coughing all the time. Like I
Yeah, it
remember
was
when
kinda
people stayed
gross.
over, it kept them up.
Yeah, it
Him
would keep
coughing,
you
and
awake.
it just I felt so
And
bad
I mean,
for
yeah,
him.
and you couldn't get upset with him because it's like
He
you
can't do
literally,
anything.
he sounded like he was literally dying. Like he
I
had
mean,
like a
he
trachea.
was literally dying.
What was it? It was like a trachea
He
problem
did
or
die.
something.
Like yeah, so it's well, one, he had heart problems, and so his heart became too big, so it started pushing up against his trachea. And also there were times where he either went to the vet and they like put like a tube down his throat and it kind of fucked up his throat or something like that. There was something that happened like where it like just fucked up his throat and then it never really recovered well. And so with both of those, like towards the end, it was like he was just coughing all the time, and it didn't help that he barked all the time at any car that would go by, and it was like, dude. But it was like, dude, he's so old. Like you can't tell him not to now. Like what are we gonna do? I can't. I mean, whatever. So then after like 2 or 3 years where it was like pretty bad of him barking, he croaked, and it was like, oh. But at the same time,
Do you
it was
remember when you found him? Did you find who found
no,
him?
I did not
Marky
find
did.
him.
Marky is the one that found all of them, right?
I think so. It was either Marky or my mom, but it was probably Marky giving her luck, because Marky does always find dead animals. I don't know why.
Because she kills them.
She does. Hey, when she was a kid,
She
she
might.
always. Hey, Marky, Marky asked. Marky is my sister, for those who don't know, and she did ask what the name of the podcast was, so she could be listening. Marky, if you are listening, you killed so many animals and bugs when we were children. I mean, it was a massacre. I
Was
hope
she,
you-
like,
I
obsessed
hope-
with
I hope you
fire,
have
too?
learned Now. No, that was my brother. My brother kind of was obsessed with fire. Not obsessed
Yeah,
with fire,
he was.
but he liked. I think it was mainly because he just tried to light the road on fire one time, and I think that's why I say that. He really wasn't
Is that
obsessed
the
with fire. But
Molotov cocktail story?
no. That is.
No, that was my brother.
Yeah, I was about to say that was not Will. Will.
My brother threw a
I wanna
Molotov
hear that
cocktail
story.
at my neighbor's house.
A Molotov cocktail at your neighbor's house.
Yeah, well, yeah. You tell your story. I'm taking a dab. I'm in a mute.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So basically, one time, probably when I was like 8, and so that made my brother like 13. He and one of his friends down the road, your manager Jacob.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that man.
you know, they were bored. You know, middle schoolers bored. What else are you gonna do? Just get some gas. It was either gas or lighter fluid, one of the two. And then just they decided to put it on the side of the road, and light it on fire. So they did it. And so it only really became a problem once the neighbors, literally directly across from them. I don't know what they were thinking. Like no one would like do anything because I mean, the road's kind of on fire. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can't really light the road on
Yeah,
fire.
can't really do that in broad daylight too. It was like afternoon.
It couldn't have been lighter fluid because lighter fluid burns out pretty quickly.
I know,
It was probably gasoline.
Yeah, it was something.
Or kerosene or something
It was
quite
something
flammable. Was it a big fire? Like, do you remember how big it was?
I have no clue. I didn't see it. I never saw it. All I ever heard. Wow. All I ever heard was that my brother lit the road on fire. But so the neighbors came out and started yelling at him. And well, my brother already in his mind had like been like, all right, well, I knew this might happen, so I'm gonna run this way. He already knew where he was going. Little did he know, Jacob did not have a plan. So then Jacob completely got caught by them, and then completely ratted out where my brother was. And so then they both got caught. My brother was then taken back to my house. It also didn't help that these neighbors had already had problems with us because we had complained or did something because their son at one point had like gone around and like hit a bunch of mailboxes or something. And
Okay,
so,
well, I feel like lighting the road on fire and hitting
two
mailboxes.
very different things.
Yeah,
two
I mean,
very
still,
different things.
lighting the road on fire is bad.
Bad,
But
at
like,
the same
I mean, if
time,
you're destroying personal
Yeah.
property, like that's a little bit.
yeah, and
little bit extra.
but they had a vendetta though, so that was the
Yeah.
thing. So I mean, so they got to come to my house after that already happened and gone to my dad and complain about his son, and so it was like so my dad was pissed off. I remember that because I remember it distinctly. For now, this enters my point of view, and from what I know, me and Marky were in the basement. From what I can remember, watching the Werewolf Swamp, I think, episode of Goosebumps. It was like Fever Swamp.
Werewolf
or something.
Swamp?
Fever Swamp. It was like Werewolf and Fever Swamp or something like that.
I forgot
Um,
about Goosebumps.
But I remember like watching that, kind of being scared of that, and then all of a sudden hearing my dad start screaming. I heard like my dad talk to somebody at the front door after it opened, then closing the front door and screaming at my brother, and I was like, and I just looked at Marky, and we were like, oh. And I just remember we were like, and it lasted for like probably only like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then he went up to his room or something like that. But it was like it felt so long, and it also
Did he
like,
break a hanger?
No, that was
Who-
that was John's dad. That was
That was
John's
my
dad.
dad.
Okay.
Yeah, no. My dad just, I mean, my dad is scary. My dad is a 6'6"
It's a
caveman.
big dude.
So
Yeah, I'd be scared to
he has
death
a deep
if Will
voice,
found
and he is loud. So if he yelled, I mean, it shook the whole entire house, and it was like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm about to be pulverized, even though I'm not the one being yelled at. So
Yeah.
it was scary. But then my brother like went up to his room, and he was grounded for like a month or something like that. But I just remember the yelling was the worst part because it honestly scared me and my sister because we were like, oh gosh, we were like,
Also, watching a scary movie relatively scary. I mean, can
at
we
the
call
time,
Goosebumps
yeah,
scary?
relatively to a like 8-year-old. I mean, it.
intense.
Oh, I mean,
movie
it's
slash episode.
it was pretty bad. I mean, they weren't good, but like I still like them for the nostalgic factor. I throw them on every Halloween, every October. Just get a few episodes in. There's some better ones and there's some worse ones. There's some that are just like Twilight Zone episodes, honestly. There's this one, spoilers for this one Goosebumps episode. I don't know which one it is, but it's like camp something. This dude goes to camp, and it's like, okay, and then like some weird shit's going on. It's like, oh, this is a weird camp. There's some shit going behind the scenes. I don't know. And then all of a sudden it ends, and then you think he's being like hunted or something, and then everybody comes out, and it's like a plan or something like that. And it's like, yeah, this is actually a test. We're testing you, making sure you're good to go. Oh yeah, yeah, we're going to a new planet. All of us are going to a new planet soon. It's called Earth. It's like, what? And then they look up, and then it's like, oh, there's Earth. And I don't know. It probably made more sense in the actual show. They're probably like,
Yeah, that was a horrible.
I mean, I probably wasn't much more sense, honestly. I don't think there was a whole lot to it. But but I mean, that literally is like a plot to the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone episode I can remember very well, actually. It's spoilers for a Twilight Zone episode. spoilers for like a 70-year-old show now. I don't know why I mean, honestly, if you haven't seen it by
I
this
mean,
point,
like,
I don't
who?
know what you're doing.
Yeah. And also, are you gonna be pissed off that you got one Twilight episode, like Twilight Zone
Yeah, I was
episode,
gonna say, not
like
Twilight episode.
spoiled?
Uh,
Yeah, we're actually watching. We're talking about Twilight, actually.
yeah, I don't think they would totally make a TV series for Twilight. I would not doubt in like
They would
10 years.
100%.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
5 years from now, we're getting a Twilight TV series. I called it now. Anyways, Twilight Zone episode though. It's like these guys. This dude is like comes home and he works at like this like aviation facility. He's like, but it's like a government facility, and like he's like, yeah, it's not looking good. It looks like we're gonna have to go to war. And of course, this is like the '60s, so it's like Cold War era. So it's like, okay. So, looks like we're gonna go to war. Oh man, okay. And it's like, okay, I have a plan. We're leaving. We're leaving? Okay, yeah, we're leaving. So it's like it's building up this tension, they're trying to get to whatever. And so then it builds up to them breaking into this like the aviation facility or whatever, into like an airport basically, and stealing like a UFO. It was like, okay, cool. They stole a UFO, but then they leave or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool. Where are they going? And it's like, okay, yeah. And it's like, oh man, I think they say something about the planet like nuking themselves or something. I don't know. But then they're like, all right, yeah. Well, we found this other habitable planet. It apparently has a population. It's very similar to our planet. Oh, what's it called? Earth. Oh, they weren't on Earth that whole entire time? That was a different planet? Oh, shit.
But that's kind of stupid because, like,
you're stupid, Michael.
it's not
You're
like
stupid.
there's a label on the planet Earth that says, "Hey, this is called Earth." You know,
Well,
like
they
if
probably
you
said
were
they call
on Earth
themselves
and you were
Earth,
never on Earth,
they refer to
like,
themselves. It's
what
in the
makes
soul,
you
it probably,
say that
I don't
it's
know what
Earth?
the actual lines were. It was probably like, it's in the soul system. They call themselves Earth or something. I don't know. I don't know, Michael. It's a show. It's a TV show from the '60s. What do you expect? What do you expect?
Just making observations, man.
What do you expect?
Just making observations.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I ban you. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know.
So, John, do you have that story about the Molotov cocktail and the hanger?
Well, I don't know if
Yeah, it's a little bit of an incriminating story.
No.
yeah, I mean, I guess I was a kid, but yeah, I guess the damage has already been done. When I was a kid, I threw rocks at cars on the interstate. I got caught by the police.
You guys went up a treehouse to hide from them, didn't you?
Yeah, we went up a treehouse to hide from them. And apparently it was actually my idea, according to Curtis, but I think it was Curtis's idea to go back to the cop.
Well, like, what were you gonna do? Just wait out until the cop wasn't gonna leave. He's not just be like, they're in the treehouse. I can't get them.
There was a barbed wire
better
fence
call it.
separating us.
There was
a barbed wire fence separating us.
Do you think they knew you were up there?
I don't know, but we were able to crawl under this little like hole just because we were small enough.
Yeah.
But yeah. And
Threw
then
rocks in the interstate.
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
the real problem was that we did it multiple times.
Oh, that is a problem. Yeah. Doing that once
It's
is bad enough.
a common pastime, you know.
God.
Yeah, and then that's why the cops, because I mean, if we just did it once, the likelihood that we would have got caught by the cops would have been pretty low, honestly. But
Yeah, really.
I mean,
Still shouldn't have been
Where
doing
did
it,
this-
but
we
once
did
is
it
better
multiple
than
days in a row.
twice.
When did this idea originate, John? Were you guys just standing by the like, what came over you this thing?
I was like, hey, like we should go check out the interstate because we were like, let's go outside, and I was like, oh yeah, I can show you guys the interstate. And Curtis was, I mean, I don't know exactly what happened, but at first we just started throwing rocks at like semis.
Oh yeah, try to like hit the side of them.
Yeah, we wouldn't throw them at actual cars, but we'd only throw them at semis. But then at some point, we just kind of started throwing like giant rocks on the road. At one point, I'm pretty sure we popped someone's tire.
Oh my
After
gosh, I
because we
didn't know
literally
that.
we heard someone drive over this like giant rock, and we heard like a. So either like the rock got obliterated or the tire popped or something happened.
I mean,
We were like,
Dude.
we literally just ran, and then we went back like the day or two after that, and then of course there was just like a cop chilling in that spot. Like
A day or
Could
And
two
like he
after
saw
that.
you guys
That's
come back.
so
he was
dumb.
actually like brushing he was cleaning the rocks off the road. I'm pretty sure.
And you so wait, when you guys went back,
We
did you see
got
the cop
there.
and just run?
We got there, we saw the cop, and he was like, "Hi!" And we literally just started running. He was like,
Bro, you
Get
could have
over
easily
here.
denied that was you. You could have just been like, "Oh, we
no,
don't know
we could
anything."
not have denied. I mean,
What?
no, dude.
I
there's
guess
no-
it was this
it was
spot.
the side of the interstate, like, and it was 3 kids. Like, apparently, they literally he told us that they reported kids. Like, it was,
You should have said you're not kids.
John.
Should just told him
Yeah, I'm sorry, officer. I'm not actually a kid.
that. I'm not actually a child.
What are you gonna do? That's not me. Not me, dog.
No, those were
Could it be me?
some other kids. But we're still not kids. We're not kids.
I mean, John, you really shouldn't have ran up in the treehouse. You should have just kept running.
oh yeah, we should have just kept running. We definitely could have never. But I mean, the problem is, honestly, if that didn't happen, who knows what road I would have went down.
That's the truth.
I
That
would
is
have
the
kept hanging
truth.
out with Chad and Curtis. I would have probably
Curtis
ended
was
up
the
like
big problem.
I would have been like Jack Cassidy.
I like Jack.
I know. I'm
Right.
not saying it's a bad thing.
I guess
but
he
I
was kind of a
probably
fuck-
would have been like Jack Cassidy. I would have been
Yeah.
like hanging out with them, but like I don't belong there.
No.
You would though in that reality.
Like low key
You
fuck
would.
ups, honestly. I mean, like I love them. A lot of
I can't fuck up life.
potential that has been wasted.
What are you
there.
talking about? Potential.
I mean, yeah.
potential.
I feel
well,
like you have so many good stories from your childhood. Back before ADHD medication calmed John down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Would
mean,
you
I
say
don't
it-
remember a lot of it because of like childhood amnesia or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I wish I could.
I've
remember
forgotten a lot of my childhood as well.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
wish I
you,
could
you
too.
you forget like the first 3 years of your life basically,
I mean, yeah.
except for like very like
pivotal moments.
specific things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember breaking my leg, but that was also like right after. I mean, that's right when I turned like 4. So.
Yeah, I mean, I remember basically preschool after.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I-
remember distinct moments.
I remember
Like,
a couple
over
things from
time,
preschool.
it's gotten worse, like more hazy, especially.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
also like nothing really happened in like nothing happens in the first 3 years of life. You know,
Shit
like you-
happens,
you,
but it's
do
just
a lot
not
of
as
nothing.
significant to us now. It's not needed
Yeah.
information, I don't think, or it's not needed to us in our minds.
No.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's not really that important.
Well, speaking
mean-
of school, I just kind of wanted to address why we're doing a virtual podcast. We haven't really addressed why we're.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna guess this is video. If you're only hearing audio, disregard everything that we've said about video. But this should be video.
I mean, we haven't really said anything about video.
Yeah, we have a little bit. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Anyways, we're doing this because.
Oh yeah, I guess we have been talking about the webcams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about the webcams. What are you talking about? We talked about that at the beginning. Anyways, so we're back at school. So that is why we are doing the remote cast, I guess. Because we are back in differing locations. John and I actually do room in the same place. However, he is at a different location today. So
Yeah, well, John is at John's. You know, John is
John's
at the
house,
location that we
at
would
the usual
usually be at.
podcast set. But right now I'm up at the apartment by college, and then Michael is also at his apartment, his new apartment, correct?
Yes, new
Um,
apartment
yeah.
in Jackson, Tennessee. Which John? I mean, John, are you coming to visit this next week, bro?
I'm thinking about it.
Dude, you really should. I'm telling you, the food would be fire. I mean, Parker is a damn good cook. That is one of Parker's like big pluses. Is the man can cook. Like I mean, I've been eating like a king since I've been down here. Honestly, eating way better than I did over the summer because I pretty
Probably,
much
yeah.
just ate exclusively hometown.
Ooh,
And like
that's
hometown pizza,
definitely
it's not good.
It's good
Not
if you're
good for you.
Or like, hey, I could go for some hometown tonight, you know. But like when you're like, oh, I'm eating hometown
Yeah, yeah,
5
yeah.
days out of the week, probably.
When
not.
you eat hometown like once a month, yeah, no, it very quickly degrades. But yeah, I mean, the new apartment is nice. I've never actually had like an apartment to myself. I've never really had anything like this. Like this is the first time I've ever had like somewhere that is like
Your own.
genuinely mine.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like I mean, I lived in an apartment last summer, but I mean, I was just staying there. I wasn't my apartment.
Okay.
But like now, it's like, I mean, I can tell. I mean, I can tell people to leave. Like, get the fuck out of my apartment.
get out
It's
of my
like this is nice. Get out. Why are you here? Like I mean, it's nice to have your own place, but
Why are
also
you
now
here?
I'm like protective of it. I'm
Mm,
nervous. Like I'm like people are gonna break my shit. Like I've got too much shit now.
Yeah.
And I mean, the cats are pretty nice. Honestly, I love cats. I've been wanting to get cats for a long time, and I think the cats are gonna live here full time now. Because they apparently at Cherry Grove to have a cat, it's a like, I want to say like a 350. It's 350 per cat, and then an extra $20 a month. But these cats are registered as emotional support animals.
Okay.
But right now they're unregistered. I mean, they are registered as emotional support animals, yes, but the Cherry Grove does not know about the cats, which could be problematic.
Could be. It
But
sounds like it could be
we'll deal with that another day.
that.
Also, our neighbors are fucking cucks. Are the people above
Ooh,
us?
that's
They're
bad.
cucks.
Why? Like what's
Yeah,
happening?
we have. I mean,
Like voice
over the
complaints?
first weekend that we lived here, like we got a call that like next day, like that next week, probably Monday or Tuesday from Cherry Grove, with a laundry list of complaints. We actually have the printed out receipt because I went in and talked to them in person because I was like, this cannot continue to happen. I feel bad that you guys are getting complaints about us because I mean, number one, the most people we ever had over here was maybe 5 people, and like I did come back Saturday night yelling. I mean, I had an eventful weekend, but I came back pretty loud Saturday night. But other than that, we have been quiet. We've kept our music down, like reasonably. They were complaining. They had 3 different occasions where they complained about too loud of music. They said that there was a loud thumping and possibly fighting
So they're
going on
below
down
you?
here. They're above us.
What?
Yeah,
Thumping?
right.
How are they hearing
Doesn't really
thumping?
make
From
sense.
the music?
Dude,
That makes
we
no
think the
sense.
loud thumping. We think the loud thumping may either have been. I think they're blaming the whole complex problems on us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why. They're pharmacy majors. That was their excuse too. Like the first time they ever complained about the music, Parker had just moved in and he was playing the music, probably pretty loud. I
Classic
mean, like we have
pharmacy
a very
majors.
nice sound system. And they came down and were like, we're pharmacy majors, and so we have a pretty taxing schedule. And
They actually introduce themselves that way?
yes,
Oh,
that's
what
how they introduce
fuckers.
themselves.
Oh.
And you know what? We're engineering majors. We also have a pretty taxing schedule, if I do say so myself. I mean, it was just, yeah, they're fucking cucks. But like, they also complained because of the guest we had over the weekend. I will give you that they were some degens. I say degens. They're probably like, I mean, there's like Will, Brandon. These are like 2 of like they were Parker's roommates last semester.
Okay.
I mean, 2 like I would say my good friends down here. I like them. They're pretty cool. But Will can be a degen sometimes, and they said that he was
degenerate is
cleaning
when
out
you
his
are-
car in the parking lot and just dumping the trash. Yeah, I'm quoting Letterkenny. But whatever.
Okay.
He was cleaning out his car and dumping the trash just into the parking lot, and the people upstairs from us had to go clean it up. However, Will says he put all the trash in the dumpster. And so honestly, I'm torn. I don't really know who to believe. I don't want to believe the people upstairs, but I wouldn't put it past Will.
Maybe
Like I would not put that past Will.
maybe they saw him emptying like his car out. And so then later when there was trash, they assumed it was him, but maybe it wasn't him. Who knows?
Yeah, and they also blamed like a parking infraction that wasn't even us on us. Like it was just some random person, and they blamed it on us.
It seems like you're
But
the
I went and talked to the Cherry Grove people. Yeah, I went and talked to the Cherry Grove people, and they were really nice. I was like, look, we don't want to cause problems for our neighbors, but like we are also paying rent to live here, and like we want to be able to live comfortably and like enjoy the apartment. And they're like, I mean, we don't want to cause problems, but I feel like we've been pretty considerate, and they're still getting upset. And she was just saying that they must have a different schedule than us, which may be true. But like, what is a pharmacy major, dude? Is pharmacy even that hard? What are you doing? Counting pills? You know, work at a Kroger?
Wow.
Like
There is
I mean,
actual
the
shit to
pharmacy major might be pretty hard.
there
Yeah,
is actual
I guess
shit to
there's
do
probably.
with
I mean, I
pharmacies.
guess pharmacy might actually just be
You
like the
probably have to take a lot
development of
bio
medication. Yeah, but like I don't know. I thought bio and chem were really interesting and honestly not that difficult. But I don't know. It's a pharmacy major. Is that like are they responsible for the like like actual like development of like medication and stuff,
I have
or
no
are they
clue.
part of
I
like
have
the?
no.
I don't.
I have no
Diag-
clue what a pharmacy major would do. I know I go to the pharmacy and get my pills. That is all I know what
That
happens
yeah.
at
See, that's the only
pharmacies.
connection I have there.
I know they have pills there, and I know I get my pills there, and everybody else gets their pills there. So, you know what the pharmacy is called in Canada?
No.
Neither do I. I forgot. No, it's called something different though. It's probably called like the chemist. Maybe that's Britain.
Why?
I think it's
Why?
called the
Oh
chemist
my
in Britain.
goodness! Actually,
I kind of like that though.
oh, look it
Chemist,
up.
like having going
The
to the
chemist. I
chemist.
do kind of like that.
That's kind of cool.
What's the
I
pharmacy
don't know if it's Canada or
called
chemist, but anyways,
in Canada?
so pharmacy talk here on Talking Heads Club. We're only pharmacy experts. That is really pretentious of them to like come down. Like I thought you were just saying that like you found out they're pharmacy majors. And
No, no,
you
no.
just
That's
went
how they introduce themselves.
that's
That's
pretty
why
bad.
that like that's what they're.
Who
Yeah, I thought it
introduces
was
themselves with their major? Like that's pretty. That's pretty stuck up. I don't
Cox.
know. That's pretty. I get
Yeah,
like maybe they were trying to do that to say they had a different schedule, but like
I think. Yeah, I mean, I
How
think
would-
it was
how
a
would you
way
know
of them
that?
saying like, "Hey, like we are working a lot." I don't. I
how'd
mean,
you know
like,
that
yeah, it
from
was.
them saying that though? That's why I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know shit about pharmacy. Why do you expect me to give like you any more credit for being a pharmacy major?
So they go to union, like they're a pharmacy major.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they're pharmacy majors, they should, if they want to live, if you want to live something, like they're lucky that we're not like. I mean, baseball players that live in Cherry Grove. I've been to Cherry Grove apartments that will have 40 to 50 plus people in the house, in a 2-bedroom apartment. Let alone also another 20 people outside, just in like they're like on their back porch. But like really, it's just in the public area. Like I mean, I've like they're complaining about us playing our music at 3 p.m. and noon, like too loudly. It's like, all right. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
See, like you playing your music too loud can actually like damage their eardrums and stuff, and that lasts forever. Like what could
Well, I
what
was
could
laying in
50
front of the speaker.
Yeah, well, what could 50 people do, and 20, 30 people outside do during a national pandemic, worldwide pandemic? What could that do? You tell me.
Yeah, I mean that hasn't happened this semester
Riddle
just
me
yet.
this.
We'll see.
Yeah. I never
I mean, dude, I wouldn't put it past them.
Did you hear about UK, University of Kentucky? They're testing all of the fraternity and sorority.
I mean, I saw
again.
videos from like some.
Oh, you cut out, Mike.
They're testing all of them.
Yeah, they're testing all of them again. Right now your picture's frozen, Mike, and it's beautiful. You're looking hot and sexy in your picture right now. So, but yeah,
You can't see me at all.
They are retesting. What the fuck is going on, dude? A bunch of shit just opened back up.
I mean, your shit was going whack earlier, honestly, Jake. It was like
you're-
skipping in and out for me.
You're whack, Mike. Well, that's probably your internet, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, UK.
No,
No,
yeah,
I mean, our
Discord
internet is
audio.
nice as fuck.
You're
Our internet
lagging
is
out
really.
me too.
No, our
At
internet
Jake
at
or
the
at me?
apartment is top
Lagging
tier.
at me.
It's so good. I don't think you.
He just lagged out right there.
Nonetheless.
But they won't be hearing that because we're on Audible. So
yeah,
that'll be fine.
we're on Audible.
Exactly. The audacity.
So I think we might need to pay the editor to edit this out because that discussion is
Yeah,
going to
I
have
mean-
no meaning to the audience.
Yeah, Audible. Sponsored by Audible.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe like yeah, we should get sponsored by Audible though. I mean, I feel like that's where podcasts start. You get sponsored by Audible,
That
or
is
like
not
what's
where
that
it
like
starts.
food thing?
It's not where.
I mean, like I feel like a bunch of podcasts are sponsored by Audible.
Not starting podcasts.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I guess-
You're
We
acting
should
like,
talk
like
about
they're just
Audible,
handing
guys.
them out to every
Yep.
goddamn podcaster in the tri-state area. That's not happening.
Well, I mean, we already got demonetized earlier about self pleasure, so like
That's true. We need those sponsors.
Yeah, but Audible is such a great way to read or listen to your textbooks. You can listen to it while you run or while you're playing video games, doing whatever you do while you go on through your day. I just think Audible is such a great a great thing.
Yeah, that's our
All right.
that's our read. It's our
Did my
sponsor.
fart come through the mic? Did you guys hear that?
I heard something, but I didn't register it as a fart, so I'm gonna say no.
It wasn't as good as I had hoped it was
Yeah,
going to
it
be.
didn't sound very good. Anyways, as I was saying,
All right. I
UK
think we may need to pay the editor to edit out Michael Bryant hitting that. Sorry.
edit out Michael Bryan.
I mean,
what?
look, John. Wait, wait.
I'm Michael Bryant hitting that vape. I don't think Audible's gonna like that.
Hitting the vape.
Yeah, guys. I mean, you shouldn't vape.
Yeah, everything.
Vaping's
yeah,
bad for you.
Okay, Michael, give. All right, here we go. Actually, I like this. All right, I was gonna talk about UK and coronavirus. Scratch that. All right, Michael, give your This is for truth.org. Give your vaping PSA right.
This is for truth.org.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, even though all your friends do it, doesn't mean that you have to. You try it once, you'll try it twice, and then you'll buy your own. And you know what? I mean, I've spent too much money on vapes and disposables. Hopefully not really that much, but I mean, definitely a couple hundred, probably closer to $400 to $500 on vapes, which has benefited me. How? I mean, it's just a habit. I like playing with smoke, and it's not a habit that you need to get a part of. Like it's not, it's not worth it. It's not worth the pressure it puts on your lungs. I mean, it definitely does hurt your lungs. I mean, yes, I'm a performing D2 athlete while still vaping, but it definitely does a number to your lungs. Do I think it's better than smoking cigarettes? It's got to be better than smoking cigarettes, man. I smoke a cigarette, and the next day I feel it. I feel it on my lungs, and you can taste it on your mouth for the next 24 hours. It's disgusting. But yeah, so don't vape, kids.
All right. Seeing as
And the vaping age is now 21, so I am allowed to do that now. I can do whatever I want now.
Yeah.
That's not true. All right.
can do
Seeing as that
whatever
was
you want.
a speech in opposition, we'll now have a speech in favor. John, what's the pro sides to vaping?
As Sherlock Holmes said, nicotine is the thinking man's drug. You see, nicotine is a stimulant. It calms you down. It helps you think clearly. If you're ever pacing around or you're just a little anxious, a little hit of nicotine gets you on your way.
It does actually help with anxiety a little bit.
Michael, your time has Your time has elapsed. Please stop. Sorry.
Can you stop with the Kuna?
Oh, I'm done.
You're giving me Kuna and KYA flashbacks. Would the sponsor yield to a series of would the sponsor yield to a series of technical questions?
No.
Oh yeah, I will yield my time. Yes.
So Jake, what makes you so passionate about the discussion of vaping versus non-vaping?
I'm not. I just.
Do you yourself vape?
No, I don't. It honestly just gives me a headache. I understand why people do it, but it just gives me a headache. So, I don't. I enjoy it sometimes, but not really. So I don't know. I don't, and also even if I don't know. I'm glad I don't, because honestly, if I did, probably not be good. Because honestly, it is it's an addictive substance. It's honestly crazy.
I mean, it's genuinely addictive.
They fucking Trojan horse that shit back into the youth, and it's crazy that they did it. And it honestly is crazy that happened so quickly, but it happened. And I'm like, well, damn, here we are.
I mean, the disposables really are dirty, because you have disposables are dirty because I like trying new things, and you can try. There's so many different disposables, and honestly, they're all damn near the same. They're all almost exactly the same, but it's just the getting a new thing every time is oh, this is kind of exciting.
Why was
I think
it Juul,
but the problem with that, it's so addicting.
Why was it Juul?
Why was it Juul?
Yeah.
Why do you think Juul?
Because there were disposables before, but was it just
Juul,
that Juul was cheaper?
Juul was what broke through.
But that's what I'm saying. Why Juul? Why was that the one?
Juul
because it
like
was
the
small.
5%. It was like the first one to have like that much nicotine.
Oh, 5%.
Yeah, it had a high nicotine
And it had like
amount.
nicotine salts and like a bunch of other stuff. And it
The
was
Yeah,
just
and they
really
had multiple
easy to
flavors.
hit. You just pulled it in.
Yeah, and it was it was easy to hit. They were small, portable, easy to hide, easy to conceal, like, and you could hit it anytime, anywhere.
You know what I think did it?
And like,
Yeah, I think the seller was for the Juul.
what?
Party mode.
Party mode? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, sadly
party
this
mode
doesn't
might
have a
have
party mode. A little bit disappointing that it doesn't, but it is what it is.
It's mine.
I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to stop. I actually did pretty well.
Sorry.
Like this whole time. Since I've been back for like what, 2-3 weeks now, and I've bought 2 vapes. One of the vapes I threw out. Like I didn't throw out a window of my car, but I was in Murray and I walked out of Tom's house and I just threw it.
Nice.
Like,
so you did litter.
to the street.
You did litter.
Terrible
yeah.
for the
Wow.
Yeah, not good for the environment.
That is
But maybe
bad.
a homeless person will come find it.
Nope, that is literally no one's going to use that.
Oh,
That's
no,
going
Because
to
that
be
might
I
not
walked
even
out of the
rogue, it's just going
house,
to stay there and poison the environment. Thank you, Michael, for
and
poisoning
all
the
of a sudden I just had to throw it away. But then, like, I mean, it really. I mean, I'm sure I'm doing better about like coming off of it. And I think, I mean, I'm gonna say this is not gonna be my last one, but I mean, it probably won't be my last one that I buy. But I have been going longer between buying them. Like usually, like when they die, you just go buy another one. Like I would wait a week or so and then I'd break. This one was kind of, I broke because of just a stressful day and like disappointing day. And I was like, I need to pick me up for like my anxiety. Cause I mean, a sign of nicotine withdrawal is also like elevated anxiety levels,
I would not doubt that.
which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I mean,
that kind of fucking sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Have you felt any
using
other
the
nicotine
device that would
withdrawals?
give you very like rarely a headache. I mean, more of just like the withdrawals for me would be anxiety and then just cravings. And the cravings would come rarely, but randomly. Like Tom is like, dude, when I'm not with anybody that's vaping, I don't think about it at all. And a lot of times that's true. And even when I'm with people that are vaping, I'm still like, I don't want to. But then all of a sudden, like it just comes onto you, and you're like, I kind of want to go in like right now. Like I could go buy one right now. And then sometimes you do.
And then sometimes you break.
Yeah, I mean it's bad. I think about. I mean, how long? Well, I got a Juul. I mean, I remember getting a Juul. I remember when I got a Juul because I got the Juul was like the first real vape that I mean I had like a vape pen in like freshman year of high school that had like 0 nicotine on it. I got like a box mod. The biggest mistake I've ever made. I still like regret this choice. I bought this mod that was like it almost looked like a lightsaber. It was kind of cool. It was like one of those cylindrical ones. Bought it for like, dude, I don't even. I paid a good. I mean,
Like how much?
from ranging from like $70 to $100 for this vape that I bought. And honestly, I had it for I sold it like I had it for like the summer. Barely ever used it because it was difficult to use, and then sold it like in the football locker room. But the day I bought it, I hadn't even hit it yet, and Austin Voles was like, "Dude, that's really cool." And I was like, "Yeah, it looks really cool, right? Like, kind of looks like a lightsaber." And he's like, "Yeah, man, that's really cool." He's like, "I'd buy it from you like right now." I was like, "Oh man, I just got it. Like, I mean, I just got it. Like, I haven't even got to hit it." And he's like, "I'll give you $200 for it." And I remember, I think he made multiple offers though. I just remember that it was definitely way over the amount I paid for it.
Yeah. I don't know why.
And
you
I
did
didn't
that.
sell it to him.
I know. I don't know why.
I said no.
You weren't even addicted
Because
to
I was a
nicotine yet.
dumbass.
You weren't even. Yeah.
I
you were just
wasn't even
dumb.
addicted to nicotine. I was just like excited about having got this vape, and I just didn't want to sell it
I can
because
understand
I was like,
that, like, where it's like you're almost getting the reward now rather than getting a bigger reward later. But at the same time, you would have gone $200,
Yeah, I mean,
and you literally could have gone out later that day.
and I
probably
could have
bought
gone
that
and
vape.
got a better vape. Yeah, you're right.
So,
But I mean, but also you got to remember, this was 16, not even 16. This is probably 15-year-old, 14-year-old Michael. I mean, you don't have that much access to vapes. I mean, it was
That's
tough
true,
to come
that's
across.
true.
You know, you buy the ones they had like little pin vapes at the gas stations. You bought for like, I mean, they literally got them for like $8 to $10. And I remember seniors selling those for $35, $40, and kids would buy them. Because that was in the time where like the school didn't have any regulation on vaping, and so I mean, I was just vaping in the, people were just vaping in the hallways, and like the school was like, what do we do? It's not like tobacco. They're not like, we're a non-smoking campus
Yeah.
and
It was
non like
kinda before-
tobacco using campus,
it was
but
before
they're saying
Juuls
there's
and
no
everything,
nicotine in
so
this.
There was no
Yeah, it
jurisdiction
was
on
before Juuls. There was only like mods, and it was the pens, really. Like it was like the little like
Yeah, the
vape
little
pens.
black
I mean, I
pins or
remember. I can
whatever.
very vividly remember mine. Mine was silver. I had a silver one. It was like this big, and I remember I got this like raspberry flavored juice, and I thought it was the best thing I'd ever had in my life. I remember sitting in like the bathroom that was like, you know, like the bathroom like right when you go into the high school.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like the one that's right straight ahead. I remember sitting in that bathroom and blowing O's with my vape, and I thought I was so cool, and it makes me
No, you
cringe
were,
to this
bro.
day.
No, you were cool. You were cool. Don't.
Yeah, you're
don't
right,
lie,
dude.
you
I
were
was
cool.
pretty cool. No, you know who was cool? Adam with his pipe vape. That was actually pretty sick, though. That was kind of sick.
I mean, a pipe vape.
I will
is-
give him that.
I mean, it is kind of cool, but like, think about like the actual like utility of that, and probably how much it also costs, and it's like.
I know. It was stupid. Yeah, I mean, it was, but I do remember looking at that and being like, "Whoa!" Because I looked up to I looked up to Adam, Jake Boone, and your sister so much
Well,
when
that's
I was like a
mistake.
freshman and sophomore in high school.
That's a mistake.
I don't know why, but I thought they were the coolest people ever. I mean, I really do.
Not
I
to say
very
they're not cool
vividly remember
people,
looking up to
but-
them quite a bit.
Not role models. not
Yeah.
role models for
I
sure.
I think it was primarily Jake Boone and Adam. I mean, I liked Marky. I just didn't. I mean, I didn't really like look
Jake
up to her as much as I did. I
Uh-huh.
don't know, dude. I don't know what it was. I genuinely did look up to them
Yeah,
quite a bit.
I can understand kind of, but at the same time, that-
I think they were just. I mean, they just seemed like very confident in themselves, and I think that was a time in which I was very unconfident in
yeah, I mean,
myself.
you were 14,
And so it's
you
like,
were
oh, these guys,
16,
yeah,
17, something like that. So.
seem to have it figured all out, and like, I want to be like them. And I mean, here I am. Am I like them? am I? I mean, I guess my senior year would have been more an accurate representation of
Yeah.
whether
actually,
I
your
grown up
junior
to
year
be.
would have been. Because they were juniors when you were a freshman. Yeah.
Yeah, they were juniors.
Yeah, but you know, have we talked about Fall Guys at all? I don't think so. Michael, have you played Fall Guys at all or no?
I watched you play it,
Okay.
and I watched Tom play it over the weekend.
I mean,
we were playing it
everybody's
in,
talked about Fall Guys at this point, honestly. So I don't know if there's.
Yeah,
much
I mean,
more
like,
to say. We've been playing.
but,
it,
like,
I guess
I
that's
don't-
what. I haven't been playing it that much recently, though. John and I kind of fell off the Fall Guys wagon.
Yeah, I played it a lot for like a few days,
Yeah,
but then
Like
I
a
mean, it's
lot.
just kind of got old because I'd played the same mini games over and over again. The
Yeah,
only
it's-
time the game was fun was the last mini game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it.
What was the last mini game?
It was just like
Any of
because
them.
you might win the game,
There are three
and
of them.
also like they were normally more fun too.
Yeah.
Just because.
Well, just it was
stakes.
higher stakes, and it was either you were done, and also by that point you were already getting like a good amount of rewards. So I don't know. Yeah, I agree though. Like I don't know. I think it's definitely a good game, but I might have burnt myself out on it a little bit too hard, too fast. But it is good. I think it's a great concept, and honestly, like if they have a second season with like new mini games, which I think they are going to. Apparently, they're revealing the second season. I don't know, I guess that means the new mini games and like skins and stuff. But they're revealing it next in the coming weeks. I don't know, at Gamescom, which is like a big games conference. So I don't know, but I'm yeah, I'm probably.
Why
good.
do you think that game blew up? Because it doesn't seem like it's really that revolutionary.
I think it's super easy to get into. I think it's super
Yeah.
because everybody
Yeah.
understands the concepts of it. So it's like Wipeout, kind of, right? But it's also like Mario
Okay.
Party. It's like everybody understands Mario Party, If you look at it, you can kind of
I mean,
understand what's going on. It's like, okay, you're trying to dodge all this shit. Okay, and then like just everything is very easy to visually understand. And when the only three buttons or whatever or controls are like moving, grabbing, jumping, and diving, it's like, okay, I think anybody can get that because everybody already knows
Yeah.
jumping and moving. That is inherently in almost every video game. And just when you add
I'm gonna
grabbing
get
and
another
diving
beer.
onto it, it's like, okay, cool. So,
You should have muted your mic.
yeah, well, he's a plebeian. It's okay. Yeah, but I just think it's
I think it kind of reminds me of sorry, I think
No,
it
you're
kind
good.
of reminds me of Doritos Crash Course. Although that's basically Wipeout. Doritos Crash
But it
Course
is like
meets
that.
Mario Party.
Yeah, it
I
is
don't know.
like Doritos Crash Course meets Mario Party, and there are honestly like I've seen some people have brought them up, but like they're Mario Party mini games that are not exactly, but are very reminiscent of Fall Guys. So it's like it is like a Mario Party mini game, but it's a bunch of Mario Party mini games, and instead of just like 4 players or 2 players or whatever, it's 60 players or 40 players or
Yeah.
10 players, whatever. So it's I don't know. I think it has a lot of variability to it, and I think they have a lot of games that they can make within that game, and then especially after like a year, I think they would already have like a lot of mini games that they could cycle through, and like they're gonna be better ones and worse ones. So honestly, the biggest thing right now, get the soccer one out of there. I don't know, the soccer one, I never have fun on that one. That one's never really fun for me, just because I either have to play goalie and try really hard, which I don't want to do in Fall Guys because that's like the opposite of Fall Guys for me. Um, or I don't know, what's another bad one? The egg one I'm kind of okay with. Like I've gotten used to that one. Um, I don't know. The hoop one I do like. I like the hoop one. Hoop one's pretty good. I don't know. John,
I think
what's your favorite and least favorite?
my favorite one is probably the slime one. Because that one
Oh yeah, that one where the slime
is like,
rises. For those who
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
slime
I don't
rises
know why I
and
like
it's like
that one the most. It's probably because it's the
obstacle.
hardest.
Sorry, you can keep going.
No, dude, you just lagged out so hard
Oh,
on
did I
Discord.
really?
but
Okay.
Our
Sorry.
editor will lag out me saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No.
Oh fuck. Our editor will edit that out too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Who do we have now? We've been going through editors.
Well, now that we're
Okay.
remote, I think we're outsourcing it to like Russian. I think it's some.
Yeah, is it China.
No, it's.
Yeah, I
it's,
think we should just give China more stuff to do.
No, I think they were doing next week. I got Russia up for this.
Yeah, we're outsourcing
Yeah.
it to China.
We're an equal-based opportunity.
Oh, so Putin.
Employer.
Man's.
We go.
Yeah,
all
we
around
get
the world.
China, Russia, India.
And then Africa. Don't forget about Africa.
Yeah, just Africa.
as a whole.
They're all queued up.
Yeah.
Africa's just a country.
Yeah, it's just a big country. The slaves actually, like when Moses and the slaves left, they went from Egypt to Africa. So.
Really?
Yeah, that's a quote from our English freshman year English teacher.
Smartest woman.
Did
I've
she
ever known.
really say that?
Yeah,
Smartest woman I've ever known.
Who was your freshman? Who was it?
Williamson.
Miss Williams.
Oh yeah.
Williams. Yeah, not Williamson. Yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah. She. I don't know. She said some other like kind of ignorant stuff, but it was like, do you hear what you're saying right now? Like that's all I thought when I heard that. I was like,
Yeah.
you have to have heard what that. If you think about that for more than like 2 seconds, I mean, I don't know, but yeah.
And at that point in my life, I had not really met too many women of that age, kind of.
Oh, okay.
But that was the first
that
time that I
age,
realized
like-
that like a lot of middle-aged women and above just drink a fuck ton of Diet Coke.
or
But-
tea,
Yeah. What
or
is it
sweet
with
tea.
Diet Coke? Like, I mean, because I think Diet Coke is just addictive.
It is. I absolutely
Dude,
think it
sweet
is.
tea is so fucking gross.
Sweet tea is it matters how you make it. Sweet tea is really like odd cuz not odd, but it's like if you put too much sugar in it, it's like it is. I mean, it's southern sweet tea at that point. If you put a lot of sugar in it, it just becomes more and more southern. Because if you go south, like every time I go to Texas, anytime you eat out, you order sweet tea, it's going to be so goddamn sweet. I mean, they put like so much sugar in there. But I mean, I like a good mix of sweet tea and like with the bitterness and sweetness. Like you can do it right. Like,
I mean,
you can do it very right and very wrong. So it just matters how you blend it.
I don't know if I've told you guys about the hometown sweet tea. I'm sure I've mentioned it
I
before,
have not heard about this.
but like they literally have like, I mean, you know those pitchers
Yeah.
that like you
I-
would have,
The big
you know,
metal ones?
lemonade or something in. Yeah, well, and you know a normal tea urn. Have you seen like a larger tea urn? Yeah, like the metal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fill an entire pitcher up with sugar, like the whole pitcher,
Like the whole pitcher.
and then pour it into there.
Wow.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me, but
I mean, it is an excessive amount of sugar. I mean, it's absurd. I mean, you drink it and it just tastes like sugar. That's why I don't understand that. Because when I at first like I would always just not like tea because the only examples of tea I had were sweet tea and southern sweet tea, and it's so bad. It's probably one of the I would argue probably one of the like I mean it's got to be worse than soda. It's got to be.
like
It depends
for
on how you make it, I guess. But like I mean, yes.
Yeah, it's definitely not good with that amount of sugar, and especially the fact that they can like put their own amount of sugar in it. Then yeah, they can like reach to like absurd levels. But yeah,
I mean,
probably,
they
I
are
would say it's probably,
absurd
like, worse
levels.
than soda. But also soda's like there's so much like syrup and shit also in soda, and especially when they're doing like
Yeah.
corn syrup instead of like actual sugar, then it's like also
High fructose corn syrup.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's also that's
I
terrible.
mean that
too, so.
shit is pretty sketch.
Oh god. Yeah. So I don't know. I like sweet tea though. You just gotta make it right. Gotta do that shit right. I don't know what else. So
I mean, sweetened tea is good at times.
What do you mean,
I
like-
mean, like I don't know.
what is the difference between sweet tea and sweet
I think I would. I feel like there's not a difference. But what I'm saying, I feel like the difference is you can take tea and sweeten it with a little bit of sugar. But like sweet tea has just such a like. I don't know. I mean, I feel like when you say sweet tea, I'm expecting like this overly sweet tea.
Yeah, that is how.
Like
a
that
lot
means
of people-
what I'm thinking is they sweetened it as a batch of tea and sweetened it excessively.
Here's the trick though. When they do that, just put some more water in it and just mix it around. And there you go. Sure, you lose some of the bitterness of the tea.
Yes.
but, I mean, at least you're not drinking whatever. But at that point, also just don't drink the sweet tea. You don't like that much.
You don't really have to drink the sweet tea.
Do you like other kinds of tea? I like because I was thinking of when you were saying sweetened tea. I was thinking of because I drink green tea with like honey. I did that a lot like senior year when I was in the musical, just to keep my voice okay. I did that.
Dude, there's a ton of different types of tea. Like a
Oh, there's
lot
a
of different types of hot tea are really good.
Sleepy time tea. Forget what that one is, but I just.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot of tea that I really enjoy.
I discovered a lot of tea
I
in
don't-
the past like.
I feel like-
years.
Yeah.
Do you have the hiccups?
Coffee. Yeah, I've got the hiccups because I drank that period.
I think
Oh.
we should
What the fuck is going on?
segue over to how Jake and I went on a boat in Crystal Lake without you
Oh
there.
yeah, we didn't talk. Yeah. we've
Oh
done a
yeah,
lot-
I
it's been
forget.
a
I
while
wanted to hear
since
about your guys' fishing trip
it's been a
because
while since we've-
Charlie called me in a half panic about not being able to get his boat into Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys take it away, bro.
Yeah, so me and John, and Charlie, our friend, and a few others, we decided to go late night fishing. You know, we were going catfishing. So they had gotten out and gone to bluegill earlier in the day. So we go to Crystal Lake, which is the lake that Michael lives on. Well, Michael's not there right now, but you know, we're like, no biggie. Honestly, if anybody stops us, we'll just say we know Michael. You know, we weren't super worried. We kind of were worried, but we were like, whatever. Well, then we were actually worried once we started to, because it took us a while to set everything up. Like, it took an hour or more probably to set everything up, get everything going. Like, it's probably an hour and a half by the time we started trying to put the boat in. Like, would you agree, John?
Really?
It was pretty long. It was a little bit.
So you guys were at the front of the neighborhood for an hour and a half. What were you guys doing?
We were just fucking around setting up the fishing
I don't know
rods
what
and, like,
we did.
I don't know. It took
We
a
were, like,
while.
Oscar was casting out a line on the dock, and then everyone else was trying to get the boat out. Like they were like setting up Jonah's rods that we probably
Oh.
shouldn't have even set up because Jonah's rods were awful.
Yeah, those were bad
being
rods.
honest.
Hey
Those
man,
were-
they're probably better than the rod that's on the bottom of the lake.
No, and no way. No way. I just want the audience to know that's just not true. And I don't know if we already talked about that in the
not,
last
no,
one.
I
I don't think we've mentioned. We haven't
done a
mentioned that
podcast since that's
that-
happened.
that
true.
whole camping trip. But we've got to wait to have at least Tom on the thing that we
I was
can
about to say, that'll
discuss
be, Tom
that camping
can
trip.
be there for
But
that one.
I'll tell that quick. I'll just tell that quick
Yeah, go
bit.
for it.
We had kayaked this giant float out into this lake for like 20 to 30 minutes to go catfishing. John had just found these brand new rods in his garage, and we had it all set up and like rigged up. And we have limited amount of gear for this weekend. And I am removing John's rod from the kayak. And this second, like, there's little bungee cords that are holding the rod on, and just, I mean, literally the instant that cord came off, because I was having to use both hands to get the cord off because it was just tangled in there. And the instant it came off, I mean, the lake is like 50 plus feet deep where we were, and the rod's over the side of the kayak and at the bottom of the lake. Like, I mean, it was instant. It literally happened in an instant. I didn't even there wasn't even a chance for me to grab it, like, because it was so dark outside. It literally hit the water, disappeared, and it was gone. I thought it was Oscar's like really expensive rod, and I was like, I mean, I'm about to have to pay like $200 or $300 for this rod.
You're about to get chewed out by Oscar,
and
you have to pay $200 or $300.
I mean, I still got chewed out by. Yeah, I mean, but I did completely drop that rod down to the bottom of the lake.
I'm never gonna let that down.
I know you're not. That was so bad.
So you didn't have any hands on the rod.
We had,
you
I mean,
had both hands on the line or whatever, keeping it down.
I mean, I just don't. I mean, I had already gotten 4 rods off that that boat. Like I don't even know what happened. Like, I just can't speak to what happened. Like, it was like.
You were good. You were not.
Yeah, I mean, I was also hanging off the side of this giant raft, trying to like support my weight onto this like kayak and get these rods off at the same time. I mean, I can't make excuses. At the end of the day, I dropped the rod to the bottom of the
I
lake.
think if
yeah,
it's
there's no
possible,
excuse.
we should have a picture of the raft. Just
Do we have a
Michael
picture?
Bryan's
Dude,
gonna
yeah,
take a
yeah.
picture.
Well, since you,
Because
yeah, should that be the
it's
cover?
kinda
Yeah,
funny.
you can send me a picture.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't know
a
if it'll
couple
be
pictures of the
but
raft.
Yeah, you
We
can-
literally had. It's like a 10-person raft.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry, dude. Jake, you're lagging out a lot on Discord. I didn't even realize I was talking over you.
But no, keep talking, John.
Oh, we had it's like a 10-person raft, and we literally had one person kayak it out there. Also, I mean, just might as well mention it. At one point, this I can't even think of the name. Like the Coast Guard, like Wildlife and Safety or something. I don't know what they were. Wildlife. What are they?
I don't know what
It
they
was
would
the
be
game
called.
warden. The game warden pulled up on us, and literally was like, "All right, how'd you guys get out here?"
Wow.
And we were like, "Oh, we kayaked out here, tied it up, kayaked out here." And he was like, "All right, well, due to the fact that you're this far away from the boat ramp, this is technically a vessel." And also, we literally just called this raft a boat the entire trip. We just kept
I mean,
calling
it is massive. It is a vessel. The guy did bust our balls about like life vests, and we obviously didn't have enough life vests for everyone out. Like I mean, I don't know. It was pretty funny though. I mean, the guy was super nice though. He was honestly really, really.
But
Yeah.
anyways, we took the boat out. We were literally chilling there, rigging up these shitty ass rods, and just I don't know if the audience remembers, but we were talking about our fishing trip at Crystal Lake without Michael Bryan being
Yeah,
there.
Back to the
Technically,
original
you're
story.
not supposed to do that because
Yeah.
people might actually. I mean, Charlie was really getting really nervous that like every
He
time
was.
someone would pull up, like Lexi. So we ended up leaving Tommy and Todd because
So-
Todd didn't want to get on the boat, and then Tommy just stayed behind, and then Lexi ended up pulling up and taking them to Wendy's. Oh God.
What-
Yeah, and literally when Lexi pulled up, we were all like, "Oh God, is that a cop or who is that?" I don't know. Hold on one second.
Okay, taking over the story. All right. Taking over the
He had a
Where I
well,
left off, at least from what I remember, is all right. So we weren't having trouble. It just took us a while to set up all the rods and everything. We were trying to get the boat into the water, but then we came into trouble with that because it really seemed like Charlie's truck that he was using was about to go into the water. Like his tire was already kind of like it was.
I mean, how?
The water was getting up there on the tire. It was like, okay, it's probably fine. Like, you definitely have a few more feet you can go, but it was like we don't want to just not be able to get back in too. That was part of the problem. But so we ended up kind of pushing it more and more out, and it was like, okay, are we good? Are we good? And eventually, yeah, I think it was either Charlie or yeah, I think it was Charlie got out and just kind of pushed the or pulled the boat out basically. But it was fine. I mean, he got far enough out, but it was like real close. It was like you could have fucked up his truck if he went a little bit farther, but like he didn't, so it was fine.
What's crazy is I've never had like I don't know if Charlie's boat trailer just sits higher, but I've
I
never
don't
seen
know what
someone
that
have
was.
trouble
I
with
don't know
like
what that
using
was.
the boat ramp at Crystal Lake.
Yeah, it was weird.
Maybe the water was just
I
really
think,
like at a low level.
I think it might have just been low that day.
Or was it just really high? Had it been raining that earlier that week?
I can't remember that now. I don't know. Nonetheless, though,
It might have been. It was something weird.
It was weird. It was weird. But it was like a little troubling at first. But once we got it in, it was fine. And then we got on the boat, and honestly, the boat was a great time. That boat is so nice. It's like not the best
boat's
boat
nice
in the
as
world
fuck.
or anything, but it is. Because I went fishing with like my grandparents and stuff, and my parents when I was like younger and stuff. I probably haven't gone out like on a boat fishing in a while. And after going now, last weekend or whatever, that was so fun. That was so much fun. Such a good time.
Did you go catch any fish?
No, we didn't catch shit. But like honestly, I still had a great time.
That's honestly really, really surprising because I mean, the week before we went catfishing in Crystal Lake,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean we caught so many
Yeah, I know.
catfish off the
I don't know
like
if we
off
were
the
in
can-
that area
canal.
or what, but we did not
Actually,
catch
Did
that.
you? I mean, did you guys go to this
Or
like
catch any
like
of them.
No,
were you-
we didn't. We ended up not going out all the way out there. We went to like the first little elbow, and we should have gone like past the second one. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
And, I mean, we
Oscar
would've
knew
been out
where the
there
spot
longer.
was.
We wouldn't have been out there longer, and honestly, we probably could have fit Tommy in the boat, but like, and maybe Tot too. But like, I mean, yeah, I did feel pretty bad for Tommy because we left him there.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah,
my
Tom
body
did
and-
mention
Tommy-
that he got left.
Yeah, Tommy was low key kind of pissed. I asked Lexi, and I mean, dude, Tommy literally wouldn't talk to anyone. Like when we got back there, like he wouldn't talk to anyone.
I mean, Tommy liked the fishing, bro. He enjoyed catfishing. I'm sure.
Well, also, you
Get upset
don't wanna
about it 'cause
wait
I
by
mentioned
yourself
it.
for like an hour.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
So, but you're left sometimes, and
So
you
wait, he
gotta-
just waited at Crystal Lake?
yeah, with Tot. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Todd were like sitting by the dock. I mean, and then they went to Wendy's or some shit. I don't know, but also, what was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
You thought Lexi was a cop pulling up?
No. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if it's even.
people really will bust your balls for being on that lake if you're not a member. Even fishing that lake or just anything. The residents of Crystal Lake, a lot of them are just old cucks. Like a lot of them
Yeah.
are just fucking assholes. Honestly, they're
Yeah,
just
but-
old people who have done their whole lives the same way, and they don't do well with change.
One time we were catfishing just like on like down past this little community center type thing that they have at the front of the neighborhood, and
Mhm.
literally the next like day or two, one of our other friends, Zach, she texted me and said that like they were talking about us on the Facebook page.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I got posted on the Facebook page. Apparently, I was driving through the neighborhood a little bit too fast on my motorcycle. Bah. I never go over 50 in the neighborhood.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
I remember what I was gonna say now. It's kind of irrelevant, but Jake, if it wasn't for the fact that we're using Audible, that you would not have been able to tell that story. I don't know if it was like that on your end, Michael Bryan.
No, yeah, it was really
You were
bad.
lagging out so bad. That's why I was laughing. Now I had to mute my mic because I started laughing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Discord, recording the
I'm
Discord
recording it
conversation
on
probably will not work.
Streamlabs too, so we might use that. Who knows? There might be a conglomeration of different.
But I think the Audacity was definitely the way to go because we have all our personal audios.
Yeah.
But what's going to
And I'm not
happen when
gonna
we are
lag
talking
on
over
my
each other?
Discord. There's no way I'll lag on my Discord. It'll just be your guys's. But
Have we lagged at all?
no, Michael. Your picture's frozen right now. To be fair, your picture.
It's.
Is
Are
frozen.
you sure I'm not just still standing still?
Michael? I'm positive your picture's frozen. Michael, you would.
I mean, I'm moving now, dude. Yeah,
you
you're
would be
right.
moving your
It's probably
mouth.
frozen.
I would be able to see your mouth move.
Yeah, you're right.
No, his picture's not frozen for me, dude.
Yeah, no. I mean, our internet's trash. I mean, you know this.
I can see Michael Bryan move. right now.
My internet's like actually really good.
Yeah.
Like
again,
like Park, I'm worried about the first month of bills. I know it's coming here soon, and we're splitting it 50-50 right now. And Parker has a substantially larger room than me. Parker has like his own bathroom, and like his room definitely has quite a bit more square footage. So we're gonna have to like, I mean, I'm gonna see how it ends up looking like financially at the end of this month, and we might have to like rediscuss the rent a little bit. And like that shouldn't be too big of a deal because, I mean, Parker's parents are paying his rent, and I'm paying my rent from pocket. Like, I mean, I've got like $4,200 saved up for like the next couple months.
What's your
so
accounting and rounding number, real quick? Can you just spew that out?
Yeah. Also, what's your social?
Yeah.
I need this. Robinhood needs this for
Yeah,
your
Robin.
information.
Oh,
Robin,
yes.
We're investing stocks for you, Mike. We're investing
So,
stocks
I
for your
like-
birthday for next year.
Oscar is defending Robinhood, but I have also heard from other people and like
Yeah.
business
numerous
people that Robinhood is kind of ass and also kind of like supposed to be like a trick.
This is probably the best time to bring this up. We are sponsored by Robinhood. Robinhood, use our free code.
We got
THC.
Robinhood. We got the
Yeah,
Yeah,
Robinhood
you
just
spot
get
text
too.
one free stock if you use one of our codes.
just texted
We're
me.
all sponsored.
Oh shit, guys! I didn't realize we got. Hey, I mean, I actually haven't heard anything bad about Robinhood ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing bad.
Yeah, I've
Nothing bad.
only heard positive things through Robinhood. Thank you for deciding to support this
Robinhood.
podcast.
Shouts out Robinhood.
Yeah. I mean,
Stealing
I
from the-
personally use Robinhood
Cheers
for
to
all of my
Robinhood.
endeavors.
Cheers to
Hey,
Robinhood.
cheers to Robinhood, guys. Cheers to Robinhood.
You can't see Michael cheer, but I cheered. So.
I saw him cheer.
Yeah,
well,
John
the
got
audience
the
didn't.
cheer.
You're the only one to see him, John.
Oh yeah.
Is it still frozen? I mean, dude, Jake, your shit's just fucked.
I already said our internet was bad. John knows it just as well as I do. Our internet's
Yeah,
trash.
dude, we really need to get
Yeah, we need to
Spectrum.
change to Spectrum. Spectrum, if you want to sponsor us, we'll get your internet. Because I'm not gonna say which.
AT&T.
No, we actually don't have AT&T. I'm not gonna say
You
which
don't?
one we have.
Yeah, we have a local place. We probably
A
should.
You guys have
local
a-
place. I'm gonna. It rhymes with bin Pinati. Cell.
Yeah, I like to call it
Pinati
South
Cell.
Woogaloo.
So, but it's shit. It's quite shite. So we might need to upgrade the internet. So for the sake of the podcast. So you know.
Yeah,
Well,
also,
speaking
if I
of the
do end up
podcast, we're
going up
reaching
there,
the
like,
end
9
here, guys. We have been going for.
What time
over
are we
an
at?
hour. We're at an
Are we
hour
really?
like 12. Yeah, we're an hour and 12.
Oh yeah, we are.
So
We're doing pretty
I
well.
feel like this podcast was pretty good.
yeah,
This
I'd say
podcast
so.
has kind of
Digital
flown by. Well,
podcast.
also, I mean, I just haven't seen you guys in a while.
That's true. It's been
Yeah.
2 weeks or a little bit more since.
I
our
feel
last
like this
podcast.
might be one of the best podcasts
Yeah.
in terms of audio.
Oh, it'll be the best quality
We got
podcast for
video.
sure.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we're gonna be able to hear everyone,
The best discussion.
possibly.
Well,
Who
I mean,
knows?
and guys, we can look forward to next week. We always got next week's discussion too. So,
Mhm.
yeah, really.
I think the best podcasts are always ones that we have like a little bit less people. I mean, I guess like when we're doing it in a public place like we did at your house, John, it's kind of hard to keep the number of people down, and also people are coming in and out. But like the
Yeah,
best
this
ones
time
are
we
always.
got a stable number. Yeah.
I mean, if we had,
We'll have to get.
I think we could
Tom
have
next
4
time.
people. Yeah, we'll throw Tom in.
That'd be
See if
good.
we can't convince him to get a mic.
Get Mike webcam. We need to convince John to trust the government. You know.
Maybe John could just pre-record, just like a set
And
of
then
like
he'll like pre-record
things
it
for just to
and
re
put it up,
like.
and then like dub over it while we're podcasting. You know.
Yeah, it can just be like a couple things of John doing that's just repeats over and over again in the video. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just going to be a screen recording of the Discord chat, which I don't know how I feel about, but like, what else are you going to do?
He could be
I
like
mean,
a
we
virtual
could-
streamer. He could be like an e-streamer and have like one of their like the iPhone emoji faces, like the me-emoji or whatever it is. Have that.
That would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
I
have
mean,
that
what
as
we
well.
could do, I could screen record and then send it over to Jake or something for the next podcast. I don't know if that's what we were just talking about.
No,
I
we're
mean, that
talking
would
about
work
your
too.
webcam,
Well,
but-
I mean, if Jake, if my webcam is just going to be frozen for the whole podcast, I mean, we might want to have John screen record.
I've had no issue. I mean, what we will have issues with is Jake's fucking lagging out, literally turning into a robot every now and then.
Yeah, I was gonna say you won't be able to we just need to fix our internet, John. That's honestly what we need to do at the
Yeah.
apartment. We just need
We
to
do
fix
need
the
to do
internet so
that.
we have a stable internet. Also, it makes sense to fix our internet now because I have to deal with this shit during like Zoom meetings and stuff. So
Yeah, you guys probably should fix your internet. I mean, also, you guys could be in the same place at some point where you will have one webcam,
yeah, and we could set up
and
like
that
an
would
actual
work as
kind
well.
of set if we wanted to.
I've thought, I mean, I guess we'll see how the audio is for me. Like when we actually air the podcast and whatever. I can transfer into my closet, but it's just going to be, I mean, like a little bit less
Michael, your
visually
audio should
pleasing.
be fine. Your audio sounds really good, honestly.
I think it's been alright. It's been going red a little bit, even when I adjust the gain, but like
It should be okay. It should be all right.
it'll be okay.
Um,
It'll be fine.
Just
Yeah,
try
I
not to
think-
adjust the gain like mid podcast. But we're getting into technical
No,
stuff.
I
We need to
haven't
end the
adjusted the
podcast.
gain at
We need
all.
to- We need to cut it.
Should we end the podcast? I mean, well,
yeah,
like, I mean,
we're past an hour. I think we should end the podcast.
All right, yeah. The podcast is being cut. I'm stopping my recording now. Bye.
No, don't stop your recording yet.
whoa!
Don't stop
John
recording
already
yet.
cut his recording. John already he already
I
did. I know he did.
I tried to.
Well,
but
don't.
don't
I mean,
think
we're
I
just
did.
gonna use the Discord.
All right.
The podcast is still going.
All right.
I think I hit the record button again, thinking it'd stop it. And I don't think
Oh
it
yeah, I
did.
know you have to hit the stop button.
So
So
anyways.
this is we'll just say this is the Talking Heads Club signing out for the first virtual podcast, which I think was a success,
First virtual.
and
first
I'm excited
ever,
for more.
First ever virtual podcast. Never
Also
been done
possibly
in
the
the
first
history
video
of the
podcast.
internet.
Is it the greatest of all time? Definitely.
Arguably,
Definitely,
the
yes.
greatest.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Talking
Not
Heads Club.
arguably, there is
The
no argument.
best.
There
I
is no
don't know
argument.
about that one.
The Talking Heads Club, the greatest of all time? Question mark. All right, that's
no,
it.
no.
I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it. I'm
No,
cutting
no.
it. I'm stopping.
Greatest of all time, yes. The best? Question mark.
Question mark.
We don't know if
Question
it's the best, but it is the greatest of all time.
All right.
Ready?
Stopping-
Question mark.
Okay, yeah, it's over.